everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about every salary that I've made in my 20s, and I'm now 26. I was inspired by another YouTube creator. I'll link her video down below, but that's basically what she talked about, every salary that she's made in her 20s. And I just really love those videos. Like, I love learning about people's salary progression, and of course financial transparency is also really important, and hopefully someone can benefit from this video who is in the same field and have the same background as I do. And before we get started, I think there are some important factors that I wanted to call out. So I live in the Northern Virginia area, so that's near Washington, D.C., so cost of living is a little bit higher here than other cities. And I also went to college, so I have a college degree in computer information systems, and I am in the software engineering field. So yeah, I know, like, software engineers, I feel like our salaries can be a little bit inflated compared to other jobs out there. So I wanted to preface that and also say that I am super grateful for the financial position that I'm in right now. I worked really hard in school because I really wanted to get a good job, and I landed, I feel like, almost like a unicorn job. So I'm very grateful and blessed to have this opportunity. So yeah, let's get started. Don't mind me if I'm looking down. It's because I'm looking at my notebook and I had to dig very deep to remember all the jobs I had in my early 20s. But I wrote everything down, and we're gonna start with when I was exactly 20, which is 2018. And I was in college from 2016 to 2020, so most of these are gonna be summer jobs. But the first job I had was a key lead at a kiosk in the mall. I know, very crazy. Yeah, I got paid $13 an hour, which I didn't think was shabby at all for what I did, because I literally sold cookies. And we didn't even make the cookies in the kiosk. They got delivered like every morning. So all I had to do was package the cookies and ring people up. And that also included tips. So it was $13 plus tips. And at that point, we didn't have, like, in our system a way for you to tip, like, electronically, like, oh, 15%, 20%, 10%, like what you see now. So they were only cash tips. And then the second job I had that summer, so I worked 2 jobs because I was just feeling crazy and I just wanted to make money. So my second job was actually at Urban Outfitters at the mall as well, and I was making $10 an hour. So I guess in total I was making like $23 an hour that summer. But yeah, I was basically working like overtime hours. Like, I think I was working like 50 hours a week. Like, there will be days that I worked at the kiosk in the morning and then I worked at Urban Outfitters at nighttime, and I was just trying to get the bag. Like, I just wanted money for the summer. So $10 an hour and then $13 an hour, and this was my summer going into junior year. My next job was 2019, that summer. So I was a junior going into senior year of college. I had an internship, a technology internship. They paid me $15 an hour, which, again, it's not the worst, but I feel like for tech internships, usually they pay you a little bit more. And the lady who recruited me, like, she was like, oh my God, like, you're gonna get paid so much money. Like, you're gonna be so happy with how much you're gonna be making at this internship. So I was thinking, like, okay, oh my God, like, maybe like $20. Like, I wasn't thinking anything too crazy because this was a small firm. So I knew I was gonna pay like $30 or $40, but yeah, it was $15 an hour, which I'm still grateful for. And again, it was a small consulting firm, so it is what it is. Like, I was just glad I had an internship, because at that point it was getting pretty hard to find an internship. Like, I almost didn't get one, so I was very grateful for that. And the tech internship basically entailed, for me at least, it was like a lot of like data analytics stuff. I think they gave us like a problem, and then they wanted us to implement a solution to that problem. It was like kind of made up. Like, it was, I think, a real use case, maybe a project that they've actually done before, but I don't think our solution went anywhere. But it was a really great experience. Like, I learned so much about like Tableau and TL, and I think we used Amazon services. I think we used QuickSight, which is like another data visualization tool. So I got a lot of hands-on experience with a variety of technologies. It was a lot of really great experience, and that internship was, I think, 10 weeks long. So I definitely made some good money that summer, but that was also the summer I turned 21. So I was definitely spending a lot of my money on going out. But all in all, it was a really great internship. It was $15 an hour. The next salary, I was a WordPress assistant in 2020, in the beginning of 2020. So this is actually when I was in school. I was a part-time student because I studied abroad the summer prior, so I was already really ahead in my credits. And I just wanted to do something to fill up time. So I was a WordPress assistant. I made, I think, $8.25 per hour. And I was okay with that because it was a college job and I only worked like 10 hours a week. But it was a pretty fun job. I basically just converted old library websites into WordPress websites. So I actually worked in the basement of the library in college. And they were so nice. They would always give me like baked goods and stuff and saying how much they appreciated me. But I honestly don't think I really did that much. And the work was like very straightforward. It was just converting websites into WordPress. So yeah, I liked the job. It was really chill, extra money while I was in college, and everyone was super nice. So as we all know, 2020 was when COVID hit, and then I was just going through a lot, and I kind of just had like a quarter life crisis. I wasn't even 25 at that point, but what it felt like a quarter life crisis when it came to my career. So I actually signed a job with a very big consulting firm as a software engineering consultant. I think it was just a very loose term they used because it was a really nice title. But anyways, they offered me $80,000 salary, which I feel like is really great, like first thing out of college. And that offer was given to me in 2019 when I was in like October. So it was like my senior year, but my first semester. And I committed to that and I was like, done, I'm done with job searching. COVID hit and I was just like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Like, I don't think I want to be a consultant. And I had a lot of time on my hands, so I decided to make a switch. Like, I just knew I didn't want to do that job. And then I interviewed for the job that I'm currently in right now. So everything worked out. I rescinded my offer with that other consulting firm, and then I'm in the job that I'm in right now. But yeah, that summer was crazy, and I was super bored because I'm sure everyone was bored. Like, it was so boring that summer. I really tried to pick up hobbies and stuff, but it was not enough. Like, there was 24 hours in a day. I could only sleep for like 8 of them, so that means I had 16 hours to figure out what to do. And I wanted to start working again because at that point, I was still signed with my old offer, and it wasn't gonna start until October. So I just knew I had so many months to spare, and I just was kind of over not working. So I actually got a job at Lululemon, and that's where I am still currently. So I work 2 jobs, my main job and then Lululemon. But yeah, I started at Lululemon in 2020, in July of 2020. And I started as a part-time educator, and I was getting paid $16.20 plus bonuses. So Lululemon does like a really nice way to incentivize you to work harder, I guess, is that they offer you additional money based off your store's sales goal. So the goal for 1 month is like $50,000. And if you make 100% of that, they'll give you like X amount of dollars per hour you worked in that month. Like 100%, I think it was like up to 110%, and then 110%, that will like cap you out for how much money you can make per hour. So I think at that point, they were doing like basically $0 to $3 per hour bonus for every hour you worked in that month. And I also think at one point they were doing like a $6 per hour bonus. So yeah, you can definitely make a lot of extra money with that. And now in 2024, I make $20.16, which I was actually very surprised by. I didn't realize I made that much at Lululemon, and I feel like they pay pretty well for retail. And again, the bonus thing still applies. But yeah, it's a pretty good gig. I don't really stay there for the money. I just more stay there because I really love the product and I love the store that I work with. And my last and final job that I'm still in now is a software engineer at a financial services company, aka a bank. In 2020, I interviewed with this company and I got the job offer, but it didn't start until 2021. So that's why I kept working at Lululemon all throughout 2020. And then in 2021, my offer was $82,500. And this is for their boot camp that they have. So again, this is like kind of like a unicorn job to me, but basically it was a 6-month paid boot camp for me to become a software engineer. And basically when you completed the boot camp, if you passed, you would automatically get funneled into their software engineering program. So it was a really, really, really great gig. I had the best time. I learned so much and I met really amazing people, and I'm still here because I really do love the company. and I love the people that I worked with. So I'm very lucky, and I started at $82,500. Once you pass the boot camp, so 6 months, you kind of get a promotion. So in the later half of 2021, I got my promotion because I passed the boot camp, and that was $113,000. So it was a pretty significant bump. That was like a $30,000 bump just for completing and passing the boot camp. So again, very lucky. I was making six figures and I was only 23 at that point, so I felt very, very blessed. So I was making $113,000 in the end of 2021. And another great thing about this company is that they will bump up your salary based on, I guess, the market. So because my role was a software engineering role, but I was in a student program, like student and grad programs. And at this point, software engineering was like booming. They were overpaying people like crazy. Like end of 2021, if you remember, so many people were job hopping in tech, and then like tech was like remote, and then they were paying people a bunch of money. So I think that's why I got this bump. But basically at the end of 2021 / the beginning of 2022, they bumped my salary. So my regular merit increase was around 3%. So I got bumped to $115,000. And then basically they did a merit increase based off the market. So they bumped our salary another almost $10,000. I was making $115,288 specifically. That was around 3%. And then they bumped me to $124,988. So basically $125,000 salary at the beginning of 2022 due to this market increase. So yeah, $125,000 at the beginning of 2022, and I literally didn't do anything because I was still like very new. And they bumped up my salary like over 10K, which is really crazy, but that's why I love this company, because they do value your place in the company. And then in the middle of 2022, I actually got a promotion. So I was an associate software engineer. I got promoted to a just regular software engineer, I guess. And that's a 10% increase. So with that promotion cycle in the middle of 2022, I was making $137,500. Again, really crazy that my salary is like going up like crazy in the span of like a year. But I was making $137,000, and then at the end of 2023 / the beginning of 2024, this was another yearly merit increase. So this is like a normal like 3%. And then they also bumped up our salary again because of that whole like competitive market adjustment or whatever. So they bumped my salary again. So I was at $137,500. I got bumped to $141,600. So that's like my 3%. And then they bumped me again to $147,600. And since then, the market has cooled down a lot. I mean, obviously there's so many people who have been laid off in tech. Like it's been a really, really crazy time. And I feel like before people were job hopping like crazy, but now with the layoffs, people want more stability and they're scared to leave their company and they want to save their company. And that's exactly where I'm at too. And because of that, I think they were like, we're not going to adjust people's salary based off the market because the market is not doing well at all, which is totally understandable. So at the end of 2023 / the beginning of 2024, I got another yearly merit increase, which was 3%. So my current salary now is $152,000. That's where I'm at my current role as a software engineer in Northern Virginia, with around like, I'm at like 3 years of experience right now. So I feel like that's a really, really great salary. I feel very lucky to have this salary and to also like be with a company who's like bumped my salary up for basically no reason besides like the market adjustment. I think what I make is like more than enough for one person in the area that I'm in right now. Granted, we have like a bunch of like Amazon engineers in Northern Virginia who probably make $250,000 plus, which is like good for them, but I just feel like right now I'm at a point where I'm not really chasing the money. Like I feel really happy with the position that I am in and the team that I'm on and how much I'm learning in my current role. So I'm definitely not looking to switch companies for a while until I feel like I really need that push because I want to do something new. If you're still here at the end of the video, I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. If you liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!